Hello everyone, welcome back to BPO interview tutorials. Good evening guys. I hope you guys are enjoying IPL matches. So before moving to the video, we would request everyone to please share our subscribe our channel and also click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Also check out our playlist. You will find 350 plus videos. Those will help you in cracking the interviews on trainers, team leader, operation manager, quality analyst, Six Sigma certification, reports, dashboards, WFM analyst, like people management, project management, SME roles and responsibilities. Like it's everything where you require to crack the interview. You will find everything in the BPO interview tutorials, guys. So don't miss to subscribe our channel and just learn it and crack your interview. Today we came up with an interesting concept that is a standard operating procedure. I believe you guys have heard this word. Like I believe like whenever your managers are sharing a feedback to you, or else they are discussing anything in the higher level of meeting, like what is this we have to follow the SOP. The SOP suggests we have to do this, the SOP is this, standard operating procedure is this. So we will learn everything about it and why this is very important, what are the kind of SOPs there are in the call center, and how we can boost our performance with the help of SOP. We'll learn everything in today's concept. By end of this video, you will also find top 10 quality, I would say, like standard operating top 10 quality related standard operating procedure question and answers that will definitely help you in cracking the interview about it. So let's start the video. So we will start with the definition. As a system, what we basically follow here is we will always discuss everything in a point, so that because we are discussing everything like how we can crack the interview here, right? So we will not go with the long theoretical descriptions and all. So there are 10 points about what is SOP. If you remember 5, those more than enough, guys. Okay, so let's start. What is the meaning of SOP? SOP stands for standard operating procedure. Okay, this is an ultimate playbook. We would say it's a guide. Okay, that is a step-by-step instruction compiled by an organization to help agent deliver consistent high service while staying compliant with the company's policies. So for an example, we will receive SOPs from client also. We have a SOPs from our internal company as well. If there are no SOP, definitely there will be no system. SOP basically provide how we can be follow the company policies, how can we adhere with the process, how we can we shouldn't breach any company policies. Okay, everything will be written in the standard operating procedure, right? Next, like we can also say it's a DNA of the operations. Okay, it's a formal document to ensure that all the 100 plus agents who can act as in one unified brand. Now, what next we can give in the definition? A consistency tool. Why this is a consistency tool? The primarily purpose of this particular SOP is we can deliver everything smoothly to the customer, right? If we know the process, if we know the knowledge, if we know the guide, even if we know about the SOPs, definitely we can deliver perfect information to the customer, right? So it's a consistency tool. Even it receives the same quality of service and information as customer B, regardless of which agents they try to speak to. Next, a quality benchmark. See, if we have a SOP sorted, we decided like if we get a question on refund, what answers we have to give. This is a kind of a SOP we have to follow. Okay, for an example, leave policies. In companies, we have a leave policies. Like if you take 2 leaves, so our shrinkage will go down, or else this is the attendance percentage you have to carry out. Everything will be written in the SOPs, guys. We will have HR policies, we have escalation SOPs. There are many kind of SOPs that every agent from the agent level to the VP level, everyone has to be follow it. Next, the training foundation. Okay, for an example, we are starting with a new process. Okay, so client want to give us a training. The client directly cannot come and say, okay, we are going to train you. They will share you the documents, the SOP and everything. On the basis of that, we will get to know, okay, how many agents we have to train, how many buffers we will get, okay, how many will be the trainers, team leader, quality analyst or SMA we required, what is the billable headcount, everything will get in the SOPs, right? Next, a compliance guard here. Okay, it ensures that that the system is compliant and everyone are following the data protection, privacy and everything. Okay, Basically, they also have information like GDPR and PCI compliance policies and error reduction strategy. Yes, definitely. If there are SOPs designed, if there are procedures designed like how we need to follow, the error reduction will be there definitely. Otherwise, agent will follow their own way. They will not follow the process guidelines. A performance optimizer. Yes, it's a performance optimizer. It defines the most efficient way to handle the task, help the helping the center hit target like average handling time without sacrificing the quality. It's also a knowledge repository. It will give all the steps like troubleshooting, product updates, like technical troubleshooting, anything which we require. We'll find everything in the SOP. There will be also a conflict resolution. Suppose we stuck to a bottleneck or we stuck with any of the conflict, we can get the information from the uh, SOP, and because they we will have a step-by-step guidelines. So this is all about the definition on the SOP. Just go with 5 main points or 6 main points. Give your interview. Definitely the HR will understand that you know everything about it. Now, there are many types of SOP depending on the process company. Okay, but I want to tell you, you can go with like top 4 SOPs here. The one is customer interaction SOP, operational and workflow SOPs, technical security SOP, administration and HR SOP. I'm going with basic, guys. I'm telling very openly and clearly. There might be many other SOPs at the advanced level as well. But if your guys are going and telling this to the HR, definitely they will understand. Okay, you are aware with the SOP policies. Now, what is this customer interaction? So, what kind of SOP you will find in the customer interaction? You will find like how we can handle a call. You will get all entire procedure from call opening to call ending. Every information you will find it in the call handling SOP. We will have compliant resolution escalation SOP. Okay, if we have a client escalation or any agent did any manipulation in the data, any kind of escalation. Okay, so if there are anything, definitely how we can crack it out. So we will find all this information in those SOP. So I already give you multiple examples. Still there is one example, that is a greeting script. Okay, you will find under the call handling SOP. Next, operational and workflow SOPs. Here you will find ACW SOP, outbound SOP, CRM SOP. You will find like what are the AHT targets, everything, what kind of targets we have to follow. Okay, how many agents we required, billable, everything, all the SOPs you will find in the operational and workflow SOPs. Third, technical and security related SOP. Here you will find all the authentication and privacy related information, troubleshooting steps. Okay, security related SOPs. Now, administration and HR SOP. Here you will find the leave policy SOPs. Like you will find quality scores, BQ, PIP management. Okay, HR policies, disciplinary actions. What kind of SOPs there are? You will find everything in the HR and administration SOPs. Okay, these are the type of SOPs we have. Now, what is the important of SOP in the call center? Okay, there are many, but I will go with the top 5. The one is, if there are the SOPs, definitely the onboarding and training will become easy and effective. There will be consistency in the customer service. It will also improve our resolution time. FCR will be there. Okay, we can easily adapt the change if there are anything. And quality assurance and compliance, these are the top 5 things you will get if all the SOPs are designed standardized with all the comments. Next point, what if there is no SOP? What disadvantage you will get if there are no SOPs? First point, you will get inconsistency because people don't know what to follow, right? They will have a bad reputation also. Next, non-compliance. You will get multiple non-compliance because agent will not don't know what is the escalation. If I do the E activity, either that will go as an escalation or not. If they don't know anything, definitely that will go as an non-compliance. Training gaps, yes, definitely there will be a training gap too if SOPs are not designed. There will be no standard, poor performance. Okay, you will get unfair reviews also. Inefficiency will be there if there is a loss of there is no SOP. Now let's go with some examples. I added like 3 examples here. Okay, basic examples. If HR is asking, okay, give me some examples on the SOP, how you can design, or let me know. So here first SOP I'm planning here is like call handling and greeting SOP. In this particular SOP, what I will add, fundamental SOP, wherein we will mention everything about the call opening and all. The standard will say, in the standard I will mention the call handling script, like thank you for calling the company, how may I help you, this is my script. The key steps I will mention everything like active listening, empathy, sympathy, when they can keep the call on hold, before giving the resolution they cannot hang up the call. I will mention everything about the call script here. Okay, and what is the goal? To provide the professional first impression to the customer whenever they are coming up and raising their concern. So this is one SOP I will follow. Second, escalation process SOP. In this, every agent will have some problem and that need to be resolved. In this SOP, we will understand what kind of action we can take if there is any escalation in any of the team. Okay. Now, key step: identifying completely all the issues, attempting basic troubleshooting, notifying to the supervisor, performing warm transfer, introducing customer to the next agent. Everything we will follow here in the escalation SOP. What is the goal? To prevent customer frustration caused by being a pause or around aimlessly. Third example, data privacy and security SOP, like compliance SOP. It is crucial for the call centers handling sensitive information like client sensitive information like PII, credit card, medical documents, etc. Now this particular SOP will ensure that we are not allowed to share this information outside, or there will be some restrictions over there. Now what will be the standard? Never ask for the full password. Always verify at least 2 points of directly like DOB or zip code. We will do verification also, right? In order to proceed further, can I get your last 4 digit of your mobile number to verification? Okay, we cannot ask full details here. Now key steps: verifying the caller identify before discussing account details. All we have to follow, otherwise it will go as an escalation, guys, because we are not doing the privacy checks here from the customer side. What is the goal? To prevent data breach and legal abilities. So if all the SOPs are designed, definitely there will be no such kind of issues. Now, what are the top interview questions on the SOPs? We can see here. So we can see what is the SOP, how it is important for the call center, how do you handle the situation where customer isn't covered by the SOP. This is the second question. You can read out the answers, guys. Okay, if you find like the video is running out, you can come back, rewatch the video, you will get all your answers. See, there are a few more questions. Can you explain the importance of ACW in the SOP? What would you do if you notice SOP was outdated or incorrect? If such situation occur, how you will give the answers? Okay, few more questions we have. How the SOP help compliance and data security? Describe the time you had a difficult SOP and how you did manage. What is the greeting opening SOP and so strictly monitored by QA? How do SOP benefit new employee during the nesting and training, right? So you might get such kind of questions in the interview, so please pause, read out all the answers, and definitely try to understand like what basically SOP is. The ninth question here is, what is escalation SOP and how should can be triggered? If the SOP slow down your average handling time, how do you prioritize? So these all are the questions about the SOP. So we have seen multiple things here about the SOP. Let's summarize that. We have understood what is SOP, what is the importance of SOP, what are the type of SOP, what are the disadvantage if there is no SOP. We have seen certain examples, we have seen top interview questions also. Now tell me, guys, if you are able to cover all this part during the HR interview, tell me why you will not able to crack the interview. Yes, you will crack the interview, guys. So still have any doubt? Our feedbacks are always open. Please let me know. I will help you with more concept, but you have to crack the interview. Check out our Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook page. You will find all the upcoming jobs related information, and also check out our LinkedIn, Facebook page. Also don't miss to subscribe our channel. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.